We have iPhone from lake. Another day, another iPhone recovered from the lake. This phone was sent to us by Aquatic Monkey, and he recovered this from a lake. We'll roll the clip right now. So yeah, we don't know how long this phone was underwater for, but here it is. Let's take a deeper look. This phone is in surprisingly good condition, considering what it went through. The back cameras seem to have been unaffected by the water, and the housing actually looks pristine. There's quite a bit of dirt in the mute switch, and the screen has some obvious signs of water damage. Even though the phone looks okay, the insides usually will tell a different story with water damage, so let's find out. Before we actually power the phone on, we want to clean the board and all the internals. If we power it on now, it can fry something that wasn't fried already. Wouldn't be good. We'll grab our pentalobe screwdriver and we'll hit this phone with an unscrew. Now we'll take our jimmy tool. We can just wedge it in between the OLED and the actual frame and just pry up. So this is the moment of truth. If the inside is too messed up, chances of us getting this on are pretty slim. The seal is making a healthy noise. There is a possibility that only the battery and the actual OLED is damaged. Oh, I see a lot of rust. That's not a good sign. Open it up. Yeah, okay. It's not looking the greatest so far. Like I said, the inside tends to tell a different story. The front camera assembly looks terrible, RIP Face ID. The battery is chilling. The charging port is completely rusted. As you can see, there's a lot of rust on here. It's definitely not a good sign. All we really need to work is the logic board. Everything else doesn't really matter that much. There are some signs of rust over here. Hopefully it's just on the bracket. A little bit of corrosion there, but it actually doesn't look that bad. I've fixed worse, believe it or not. So we're gonna unscrew these brackets, disconnect the battery, remove the screen, and take a closer look at that logic board. Unscrew. We'll disconnect the battery. Those connectors are actually intact, which is a good sign so far. The reason most of the rust is at the top and the bottom is because water can get in through these speaker holes, and water can also get in through the front earpiece speaker. But there's not a lot of rust in the middle because that's likely where water had least contact with. All of these screws are still fully working. They're not rusted to a point where I can't remove them, which is a great sign. That's not good. There's a lot of rust on the actual board. These boards have coatings that actually protect them against stuff like this, so hopefully those coatings work this time. We'll disconnect everything. Now we can remove the screen. Now we have to remove the actual board. We're gonna disconnect all these connections, unscrew the board from the housing, and try and give it a good clean. It smells really bad now. We'll remove the SIM card. And we'll unscrew. Now we should be able to remove the board, hopefully. Oh, never mind. Now we can remove the board. There we go. Looks okay to me, kind of. So we won't be needing this housing and this screen anymore. We'll probably be using new ones because these are garbage now. We're gonna go ahead and inspect the board and remove anything that might obstruct the cleaning, and then we can go ahead and throw this in our ultrasonic cleaner. These little foam paddings are meant to protect the board, but we need it removed so we can get a full cleaning. Okay, so we have all the foam paddings removed. The board doesn't actually look too bad. There's a lot of rust around the actual NAND, but aside from that, should be okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw this in our ultrasonic cleaner. Ultrasonic cleaners basically use high frequency sound waves that transmit through the liquid that you use. In this case, we're using isopropyl alcohol. Basically, it displaces any dirt or debris. Ultrasonic cleaners are absolutely the best thing to use when cleaning water damaged electronics because it gets in those places that your toothbrush can't. The ultrasonic cleaner is done. We ran it through 2 times and check this out. Look at how much cleaner that is. The difference is night and day. Now that we're all done with the ultrasonic cleaner, there's a lot of alcohol residue still left on the board. So what we're gonna do is heat this up so that all of it evaporates. Cook the iPhone 11 Pro board. The 11 Pro board's done cooking. Basically, we're gonna install this board into our donor housing and test it out and see if we can actually get this on. Let's find out. Now we're gonna connect our screen. This is the moment of truth. Hopefully it works because we spent quite a while trying to restore this board. Connect our display, connect the battery. And this is the moment of truth. Hopefully this works. Sometimes you gotta give it a little charge if it hasn't been on for a while. So unfortunately, yeah, we lost them. The sandwich board design, basically these boards have 2 layers. That tends to be a lot harder to restore when it comes to water damage because there's a ton of chips in between the boards, and the ultrasonic cleaner obviously cannot reach those chips for the most part, so they don't really get cleaned, and in turn the device continues to not work. Unfortunately, this one did not work out, but Aquatic Monkey sends us a lot of these, so hopefully the next one will. Thank you guys so much for watching. Can I get a F's in the chat for the 11 Pro? And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.